Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner Albert Campman. Albert, things have changed. YSU men, women pretty steady. The men, they're on fire.
Kudos to both, and let's start with the men who have now went on a winning streak, and we're led by Darius Quisenberry's record-breaking 37 points, leading the Penguins to an 81-73 victory over Illinois Chicago, most points by YSU freshman since Tim Jackson in 1988. George, they moved to 8-7 in the Horizon.
Oh yeah,
they're heading, and that's what they want, a home playoff game.
And then they go take the 4 to Detroit, right?
Yes.
And the thing about it is, too, what do you want to do? You want to come in how? Hot. They are en fuego.
Yeah, the hottest team in the league by far. I remember coming on the show a couple years ago, mainly a month ago.
Get after them.
So we were after them hard, and now we're giving the kudos. Coach Calhoun and his staff got them going in the right directions, and we have to be honest. That
none of this 98-point nonsense and all that junk. Looks like they settled in on a style. Mm-hmm. The game's in the 70s and 80s. It's winnable.
Always. And they even won this game, scoreless for a while. But the defense held up. And I like hearing that the defense kept them in the game. So if you can win games offensively, defensively, with your bench, with your coaching, with your star players, you have a chance to go on a big winning streak. And the YSU Penguin men have done that. And on the women's side, they've had a sensational year. 19-6, 11-3 in the Horizon. And when George called me earlier, he said, listen, I got to tell you something. Make sure on the show you get this. The YSU girls beat Wisconsin Green Bay. George, that's like beating Connecticut in another league. Green Bay's been dominant in this league for so long. The Penguins get that win. Sarah Cash was so excited. Todd feels good to beat them. If you're going to win a championship, see, let's use to the best. You got to beat Green Bay. And they know that. They did it. Coach Barnes was an assistant at Green Bay and now knows that feeling of fighting for first place. This gave YSU girls sole possession of second place in the Horizon and just a half game back of Wright State. George, right there, winning your league in this Horizon, that almost guarantees you a place in the tournament. That'd be great pickings for the boys and girls teams.
Oh, it's incredible. The thing about it is, we've given the men their due. Let's give the women their due. They've been in this league, coach 11 straight times.
Yes.
This team, I think it's going on 20.
Right.
They've won or what, and you just get to the point where you say, wait a minute. And I was telling you because one of the assistants came from here to Slippery Rock. This is a while back.
Okay.
And she was up there, doing exact same things and this and that. And you realize it's not as easy as it seems because all these people that leave Belichick, they do the exact same thing. All these people that left John Wooden or whomever, they all think. Well, remember one kid we used to kind of snicker? He'd yell 422.
Yes.
Well, when John Miller yelled it, Calabria was doing it. All these Division I, Sean, Archie, these. Now he's yelling 422, and little Billy Boobank is 5'8", and he can't do it.
No, I wish 422 worked for everybody.
Just yell it out.
Yes, but what has happened here is that the culture at the boys and girls have been bought into finally, bonding totally, and the wins are piling up, and we hope a couple weeks from now we announce the pairings in the NCAA tournament and announce both teams. That'd be really.
They could get in the tournament you're going to have to win it.
Yeah, that's
it's not a two-bid league.
They have to win.
I remember years ago when that league had Valpo, had Butler, they got 2 teams in, but they're not getting 2 teams in now.
But the winner goes in, guys, and that gives you hope all the time. And if you're hot, play that one game at home, go to Detroit, and if the girls are hot, they already proved they beat Green Bay. So if they can beat Green Bay, they can beat anybody. Good luck to both teams as we head into high school swimming. Boardman's Noah Batista, third in the 100-yard breaststroke, set a record of 56.28 along the way. He also took 5th in the butterfly. He also anchored the 400 freestyle as he leads the Boardman boys into the state meet, along with Jordan Stackpole, Matthew Dunlaney, and Will Linker. The boys finished 8th in the relay and finished with 205 points. Congratulations to the Boardman boys. And for the girls' side, Mikkel Flatley led the Boardman girls in 200 freestyle relay, which finished 7th. They always say they want to go faster, George. I understand that. But anytime you break a record like Flatley did with a 24.5 in the 50 freestyle, you got to be happy.
No, you start swimming over and over too. I don't care who you are. You're doing this. Okay, now this. Now you're tired.
Yeah, that's one of the things about swimming, that you're going to do a lot of events for your team, and you're going to lead that team into the state. If you're going to lead the team into the state, you have to do it, and you got to be in the great shape, as George talked about. That's why they condition, George, in the mornings and at nights.
No, they're in as good a shape as anybody.
Yes.
They and the wrestlers, to me, the wrestlers,
Have you ever seen a fat swimmer?
No.
Ever.
No.
Because they're in the best shape of all.
That's a
They
good
got muscles
point.
upon
That's
muscles.
a good point.
Muscles.
Yeah.
They're lean.
The
and
wrestling,
like,
unless it's the big boy.
oh, yeah, I can
The
understand.
rest of
yeah.
them look like a rock. And they always look 30 pounds heavier. I remember when I was a kid, I used to go watch. Lock Haven was the team back
Right.
then. Lock Haven, they were one of the first colleges. And poor Shippensburg, they'd be wrestled. They'd bring this guy out from Ship, 138.
He looked 138, right?
Then here comes this monster from Lock Haven. I'm like, no, I know this dude weighs more than
You're saying that.
138. I said, and he didn't. They
I
weigh
get
him.
it. I get it.
But I mean, it was just like different. These body types are
Yes.
tremendous.
Major
no
part.
fat.
Major part of being that individual champion of swimming and wrestling.
Yeah.
You know that you have to make yourself into
Yeah.
a rock, as George said.
Yeah,
you got to be in the
impressed.
best shape, because that girl or boy you're swimming against or wrestling against, I guarantee they're in shape.
Yeah. Oh no. It's exactly. That's why I get angry. I'll admit it. I go to a basketball game and I see
Somebody's out of shape. Yes.
And if God knows if you say it or put it down wrong, you're body shaming and this and that. I'm not. I'm just simply saying if you're going to participate, get in the best shape you can.
Yeah.
Give yourself a chance to
fact.
be good.
We say
You
the same
might be
about
pretty
referees. We
good.
say the same about referees.
No, we get referees.
We'll say this guy or
Probably
girl
is.
might be a great referee, a girl referee, but when they come out 40 pounds overweight,
Yeah.
you automatically think that they can't get that spot.
Exactly.
They can't be in a position to
No.
call the foul.
you're exactly
so we do.
right.
We do like people in sports who are in shape.
Especially, my thought too. I'm the worst. I'll admit it. I keep thinking, well, what's this team do at practice?
That's your
this
thought
kid
process.
Could be that heavy. My mind flips right to that.
Yes, but I get it though. I do get it.
When I was at Butler, we had good girls teams. I mean, good girls
I remember.
teams. 6'2",
Girl went to Florida
6'3"
State.
posts. And I'm watching, and they're coming into practice eating French fries and Frosties, and right before practice. And I'm looking, I'm thinking, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that doesn't
Girls,
go.
what do you think? And I'm sure you're getting away with it now.
Well, that's a great.
Because
that's
the talent, Albert, isn't equal. But you get to that next level, you can bet those Connecticut girls aren't eating Frosties before practice. I'll bet on it. I'll bet they're not eating French fries.
What a great teaching tool George just gave all you out there. When we talked to Buddy Morris, who's a strength and conditioning coach for Arizona Cardinals,
He's our guy.
he comes on, he'll say immediately, listen, these are the things overlooked. What the proper food you eat and how much sleep you get. He says it all. He says it all the time.
And my best team, and I don't know if it was my best team, was the National Honor Society. I'd have a meeting. I'd have to move practice.
Yes.
And listen.
Let's add that to the list too.
And let me add one more thing too. No, but I'm saying because guess what? I know this is going to sound really corny to young. They all had bedtimes. Mm-hmm. That great team I had.
Awesome. How about a great story that is?
They had bedtime.
Great
And I
story.
remember thinking, you know what?
That's
West
a great
Point,
story.
Wharton School of Business,
Yes.
and Carnegie Mellon. It pays off. It all goes together.
What a great, if you listen to anything today on our
I
show, there was the point of emphasis right there.
Yeah.
That you don't have to fit into the crowd and be out at 12 o'clock. By the way, what's your line?
Yeah.
What happens after 12
No,
o'clock?
Anything after midnight's not good. My mom told me that.
Yes,
Years.
yes.
She gave me anything you're doing after me, you could do before midnight,
Yes.
and you're not going to get in trouble.
Right.
It's just the way of the world, and these guys that are out here, we read about these bums every day throwing women around.
Yes.
Doing things, coming out, getting shot in the rear end at 4 a.m.
Yes.
First of all, you should have been home with your children.
Right.
That's my big thing.
Yes.
I see more of this. Like Plexico last week, he's on this talk show.
Plexico.
He's
Oh,
talking
geez.
about the night he shot himself. And I'm thinking he's a married man
So you
heading
know
for
right
the
there.
strip club at 2 a.m.
Yes.
Now my question, well, first of all, Mrs. Campman, you'd be on the porch.
Oh yeah, my
No,
gear.
you'd be out.
My
Your
gear
stuff
would
would
be
be
out
out. You'd say to me, "I got that spare room for you."
You got that gear.
Yeah, your stuff. She might pack it for you even.
Exactly.
I went real quick. I went by this house one time. I was driving when we were going to Monito to give lessons. and I looked, and this lady was throwing all this stuff out the window. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I'm 67.
Oh, jeez.
I could see her throwing them out the ups. Evidently, he had done something he shouldn't have done, and she was making sure he was leaving.
He was Plexico. That's what
All
it
right,
was.
let's
yes.
get to our NCAA hoops. Duke looks strong. Boy, you get this Zion. Look, he's a freak in nature. How about, I heard Kay this morning saying he was a point guard on the way up. I did not know that, but it explains some stuff.
Yeah, he's just not a guy that.
No, he's not just big or strong.
No, there's a lot of those guys.
Yeah,
but he jumps out of the gym, handles the ball.
Yeah.
Doesn't shoot it bad. Doesn't shoot great.
No.
But he gets the balls that nobody else gets to, and gets balls.
And you know what else too in that NBA? 82 games. They don't run back every night.
No.
They don't get up under you every night. So don't think he's not going to do well.
Yeah,
someone might want to teach him a lesson some night. A 26-year-old man might be able to teach him a lesson. But night in and night out, he's going to thrive. And when he gets to where he's done growing, I don't believe he's done yet. He's already broken the vertical jump machine. Look out.
Yeah, he's different. And Duke also has other great players with him. So it isn't like he's the only guy out there. Duke's the prohibitive favorite coming in because you always say, if what team plays their best, who's going to win? Well, it's Duke. If Duke plays six great games, you're going to crown him national
Let's talk
champion.
about that a little bit. If I gave you the field, like the old Tiger days, who would you take?
I take the field. I would. I take the field because Duke is they're one of those nights that they shoot 28% from three.
And they've done it.
They can be
They've
beat.
done it.
Louisville's beaten by 22.
Yeah, Louisville.
Now they come back and got Louisville.
Let's talk about that comeback. Louisville has to help, agree? At some point.
You have to.
In other words, when you come from 24 down, 20, whatever, the other team has to help.
Yeah, George and I have a theory on that. If you get 24 ahead in the second half, if you just held the ball for the full seconds, took a shot at the buzzer, there's a good chance they couldn't catch
There'd
you.
be nothing transition, no quick points.
Yes.
But, it happens. We've seen it a million times. It's not just Duke. It's not just Louisville. It's happened to great teams. And you just have to move
But I'm going
on.
to take the field because Duke's not a great shooting team. That's the only reason. If they were a great shooting team like Villanova was last year, then they'd be in for sure. But there are some nights that they don't shoot good. They usually get second shots. Their defense is much better this year than it has been in the past.
They're out in the lanes
much
a
better.
little bit.
Yeah, defense is much better.
Let's talk Kentucky because that's my unfavorite team. But I will give credit. Cal had them ready. No, wait a minute. Did you see the grandstand routine he pulled?
No.
He yelled at the crowd for yelling overrated. Now, Albert, they weren't cussing. They weren't doing.
Cal, he likes to be limelight.
He has to. Now, if there's anything he shouldn't do is play the good sportsman.
No.
Because he's not he'll do
He'll do
any
it
way
anyway.
to get John Wall's test or whatever. But anyhow, they flexed their muscle and they beat up Tennessee. And I'll bet you 2 weeks when they go to Tennessee, it's reversed.
Tennessee were after them that game.
Yeah.
But I do say Kentucky's a really improved team because of their defense. They play defense every night.
All right.
And if they happen to score some points, I saw Duke take them out like they were little kids early in the season. But Kentucky is an improved team.
My only wager, I found one, I said, he said, yeah, they're 2 point. I said, what? They're what? Haven't played since and won't.
It was over by 20
I
points.
know nothing,
It was
but
over
I
by
knew
20
that
points.
night. Let's talk about the Zags. They have a nice win streak, lost once. Does playing nobody hurt them, or does that keep them fresh and ripe and rested?
Hurts them.
Down the road, it's
Yeah,
going
because
to
they
hurt.
want to win it all. I mean, they just don't want to win a couple
Okay.
games. In the old days, it was okay because they just went in the tournament to win a couple games.
Okay.
Now they're trying to win it all.
Okay.
But they had an injury. There's some teams having injuries that are hurting them badly. Gonzaga can't afford injury. And, they're very good, but they can't lose best players. Some of the best players. They've had one. Michigan State's had two now. I don't know how these teams can survive.
Well, let me ask you, is it Miller time in Arizona?
Well,
7 straight losses. It's never happened in the history of the program.
Yeah, and the AD has already said he's okay.
Well, he should be.
And this was said before.
Don't do it twice. What would you say?
Yeah, because they have the top number 3 team in the class, number 1 in the West by far.
Okay.
And the number 3 class coming in. He feels I've talked to the person involved with him and said that they won't. There's nothing found on the phone, so I think he's okay. But I do believe if he has another bad year next year, he'll be out.
How about Arch
He'll be out
at Indiana?
They won't hold long. They won't hold long.
They fired Crean a year after they won.
Yeah, they won't hold long. Yeah, that's the
So
truth.
he better bring this kid. He got the kid he wanted. So it's time to move.
Yes.
All right. Now this week, there's always a classic ball game. Remember when we got started over here maybe 10, 11 years ago, we did our 10 best matchups.
Right.
And right in the middle of that thing was Duke, North Carolina, and it's no different now.
8 miles apart. You go down there. They hate each other. Nobody's rooting harder against North Carolina every night than Duke fans, and vice versa. Any rivalry that's close and has two upper echelon teams. So sometimes, George, we've talked about rivalries can't be one-sided.
No.
These two teams are both loaded. They always come down to the wire. They both play. They're both.
Seems like the dog wins. The visitor wins. I don't
Probably
know
get a little cocky. Probably get a little cocky.
I have no idea.
But they are. They're really. I visited down there. They truly are 8 miles apart. North Carolina is a big campus. Duke, a small little campus. Major differences in what goes on. But one thing you know, they get the best players in the country.
No, that's all.
Yeah, Duke and Carolina.
That dude down there that's playing at Carolina May, I swear he's been there 17 years. He's still there.
And he'd get better. When
He's
he came
so
as a
old, his
freshman-
beard grew and came back. Like, he didn't have a beard when he got there, got one, and now he's gone, and he's still there. I'm like, I know this dude's been there 4 years. He had to be.
Yeah. It seems like those kind of kids stay around forever.
He's great, too.
Yeah, and they got a great freshman White, too, also. So you're talking about two blue bloods that are really, they're one of the 5 teams. You pick 5 teams right now going in.
They're in there.
Two of those
they're
five
in your
two of
bag.
those five you picked,
Okay,
yes.
St. John's on my left. Mowing when he loses, so I have to give him credit.
I like that, George.
Yeah, I give him
like
credit.
that.
They come from way down, although they don't let him in the huddle. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When we're talking about Chris Mullen, he was paid to bring in the players, and at first
It appears.
he thought he could coach.
Yeah.
And then he decided, listen, I don't know as much about the game as I did playing.
Yeah.
So he has a coach that does a lot of coaching on the bench.
Now
for
watch
him.
the game. He's out of the huddle. In the important times, there's a guy that's in the huddle. Now, he'll call a guy over and say, hey, Leroy, when you get the ball.
Right.
But, I mean, as far as the X and O's, he's not doing it.
Yeah, the Pons kid is a kid he brought in and takes over the game. So his job is to get the great players out of New York. Don't leave him leave New York City. He's doing that. St. John just put themselves in the tournament probably.
Yeah.
With that win
And
over
let's
Villanova.
turn the reversal, giving a guy a job because he was a player, Danny Manning. It's clearly he's overwhelmed both on the recruiting end and on the game night.
Yeah, you're not going to recruit at Wake Forest over North Carolina and Duke, and that's who he's going against.
Yeah.
So if you're going to get somebody, you need an X and O guy at Wake Forest. You cannot get because you're not out recruiting.
No.
Those two teams.
No, that's a good point.
Yes.
Let's talk about the NBA All-Star game. It's a pickup game. LeBron picks and then the Greek Freak picks. They get up and down at a pace. It's a funny story. LeBron's team asked the coach if they could go out and watch the concert. You know, at halftime, they had one of those guys, we wouldn't even know who it was if they gave us $1 million.
Right.
And the guy said, yeah, if you run back on defense. He goes, I'll let you go watch it if you'll run back on defense.
How about that?
They were shooting 4 shots a minute.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
Yeah, 48 minutes, they had 170-some shots. Or
True entertainment, totally. If you love entertainment and love great individual play.
dunks.
Yeah, then you want to watch that heck out of that.
Did you see Steph?
No.
No,
I didn't see any of it, Pete.
But you had to see this play.
I'm not going to watch that NBA. I'll tell you right now, I know the NBA, but I'm not going to watch the NBA All-Star game.
He bounced the ball off the bankboard, jumped up and stuffed it behind his head with 2 hands.
They say he's not athletic, huh?
Not athletic. You had to see this.
Not athletic.
I expect the threes and, the passes.
But that's the truth, though. They don't know what we don't.
He looks little.
Some of those people who don't realize what these guys
He
can
is
do.
not little.
No, he's 6'2". What these guys can do. Yes.
He threw the ball off the bankboard, caught it, and dunked it back behind his head.
And he's supposed to be the non-athletic guy.
He's
in the pros.
non-athletic.
Yes.
He's just a shooter,
Yeah,
they say.
yes.
It's incredible. The festivities all weekend, it's for young people. It's
It
for
is. They
young
love it. They
kids.
love
It has like a hip-hop theme, and it's fine. The dunk contest, it's okay, but they're kind of running out of dunks. I mean, I think Wilkins and Jordan were every bit as good.
They were.
And these
They
guys,
were.
the guy had his elbow in the basket there. They all do the same thing. Tell me, am I just the old fart on the wall?
am.
Let me ask you. They all go in there and they all put a dude there, and they jump sideways over. Like they're not jumping over.
Straight over top.
Shaq was there.
Not straight over top.
No, they straddle. Don't get me wrong. I can't do it. I'm not saying, but you know what I mean. They're not really jumping over him.
Right.
They're straddling him.
Yeah, the old straddle dunk.
Not that I.
They love it. They love it.
Okay.
Okay, they go nuts over it. They try to get
All
a taller guy in there.
All
they
right.
put cars out there. They do everything they can.
All right.
But one thing we're sure is they can jump.
And the 3-point shootout to do beat Steph Curry. From
Yeah,
the Nets.
Joe Harris. Yeah.
Did you expect that? Would
No,
you?
nobody. And
12
Steph hit his first 10 shots too. So it isn't like he didn't go out and shoot.
No. This guy on that betting show on Fox, the one that's on 4:30 live, He had Harris, and he had KD MVP.
He had both of them.
Huge.
How about that?
12, 14 to 1
But that's something picking.
Yeah. Now, he had one way wrong, but still.
Uh-huh.
Putting Dirk and Wade there. Is that, I mean, they both said no if we're taking a spot. Adam Silver said, you're not taking a spot. We're making a spot to show you 20 years of prison. How do you think?
Oh, I love it. It's
You
an
like
all-star
it?
game.
Okay.
It's an all-star game. No one, if they would put 3 more players, I wouldn't care.
Okay.
You know, this is nothing to do with winning or losing anymore. It's totally entertainment. And I guarantee you somebody there's going to say, I got to see Dirk and Wade in an all-star game.
The eyebrow says he'll play anywhere, all 31 teams. 30 teams.
Do you think he means that?
No. No.
If they told me to go to Phoenix tomorrow, I don't think he would.
No.
I don't think he'd go to Phoenix.
No. But he didn't rule out Boston. He said that was his dad. His dad is upset at how they treated Isaiah Thomas. He says.
Okay.
His dad said, I don't want my son going to Boston.
Okay.
But he said.
One of his dad's going to control that or not.
I don't believe it.
I don't think so either.
Here's the funny thing. Who do we study on this show and follow the most? Browns and Steelers. Who last week was in the news? So there are no games. So you have to be in the news for being in the news.
Right.
Or for committing a crime.
Not a good time now.
Not a good
time to be in the news.
And what do we get? We get off the field, Brown sign Hunt. And somebody said to me, why would they do that? I said, you see him run. I know why they did it.
Oh, yeah. So if he wasn't
It's not the Boy Scouts.
he wasn't one of the top 5 running backs in the league. He is not signed anywhere.
But don't say we vetted him and we checked.
No,
Just
no,
get on
no,
there and
no.
say, we want to win.
Yes, that's all right.
Pittsburgh's going downhill, the Bengals are downhill,
Yes.
and we don't know about Baltimore.
Right. That's what we're going to hope.
Yeah.
We're going to hope we get a chance to
So
open
you
a
wanna
window
win.
here to win.
We always say about Bobby Bowden with Jankowski.
Yes.
Why are you kicking him? We want to win. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like it one iota, but that's their choice. I do believe in second chances.
Yeah,
But I just don't want to come back this quick. You know, I'm
well, don't forget now, Goodell hasn't spoken.
So he might be not make it this year.
I'd say 8 or 12 games.
Okay.
He's not. Okay. And the Steelers, this guy just won't. They got to get. He just won't stop. He won't get off that Twitter. He's like Trump.
Jeez.
They won't get off that Twitter. Guys, get off there.
He wants to be on there. He likes what he's doing.
Yeah.
He truly believes this is the way he's going to get out of there.
He's getting out.
Because he wants out badly.
Yeah.
I don't know what could be the cheapest price the Steelers get rid of him for. I don't know.
Second round. They said San Francisco's got 36.
Okay.
You know, late. It's
middle
early
second,
first.
okay.
Yeah, early. No, fourth
early
pick
second.
Yeah.
Early second.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Albert, let me, here's the thing. Little things we learn from, if you read the book, Winning Through Intimidation or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like that meeting, the fact that Rooney's going to Florida shocks me that he wouldn't insist on Brown coming to Pittsburgh and holding, the advantage of having the meeting in your home park, say.
I get it. 2019. Some things will never. If this was 1975, we would look.
No.
2019, you are giving everything into the players.
Yeah.
No, there is nothing, unless you're Belichick.
Well, the NBA is the players' league. LeBron's the commissioner. He let that guy give the award out last night, that silver.
Yes.
That was nice of LeBron. It was. I mean, he's a nice guy because he's the commissioner.
I agree.
There's not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, let's talk. Flacco to Denver. That's the big conundrum. Elway's not looked good choosing his quarterback.
Well, he's not going to look good in this one either because he's getting Flacco at the wrong time. He's been the worst quarterback in the league last 4 years.
So he's done.
Yeah, I see no. Keenum's better than him. I don't understand. And I thought Joe Flacco was good.
I know
at
one
time.
thing. Keenum was better in Minnesota than this dude they got.
Flacco was good at one time.
Okay.
He didn't get his due.
Okay.
But not now.
Okay.
He's not good. He can't get away. He can't. He's not.
So he's not an upgrade.
No, not at all.
Okay,
no, no.
And Murray trying for the NFL, we saw this coming. It's one thing to be third string. It's another when you're going to get drafted in the first 12 picks.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt right now that Arizona's shopping Rosen. I wouldn't doubt that at all. They're trying. I wasn't a Josh Rosen guy coming out. And Arizona, you got to have somebody who can move. That's Murray because the offensive line is not real good.
Let me ask you. Is it a combination of the offense changing and spreads and such, or were they just wrong for 50 years?
No, what you're saying no is what's going on.
It's the systems.
Yes.
Okay.
They made this major change.
Okay.
College started. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And that's why Kingsbury got the job.
Yeah.
They're going to try to get Murray for him.
Yeah.
Try to put 50 points up for Texas Tech
Yeah.
and keep him away from for Arizona and keep him away from the defense.
Oh, he wouldn't get a defense.
Because he doesn't know
They won't
anything
let
about
him in a defensive
Yeah,
meeting.
exactly.
He's proven he doesn't know anything
That's
about
the goal. That's
a
the goal.
good point, Albert. That's what. The combine's coming. Getting invited is a big thing.
Yeah, it is.
And that one kid of ours we knew from Penn State got invited.
Oh, did he get invited? That's good.
Yeah, and
that helps.
usually means you're getting
That helps a lot.
drafted.
Yes.
You're going to at least be seen.
Right.
Let's talk Major League Baseball. Pitchers and catchers are reporting. It's exciting. I like it because it's spring. Now, the Pirates got Liriano because Warren Spahn was dead. They were going to get Warren Spahn, and
great.
they found out that he had passed away.
That's funny.
Then, I'm reading yesterday, good thing I didn't. The head of MLB, this Manford, he's a clown phony with the pitch clock that he's not going to use in the majors. They're using the minors, by the way. He and the guy who owns the Pirates said that money doesn't matter.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, Albert, I wanted to smash the screen.
That's
an insult to the Pirate fans,
yes.
to you,
to me
who bought tickets.
To me, it is. It does matter. It matters a lot. And here's where it matters. If you have a team that can win, it's time. I understand when you don't think you can win, you don't have to put any money in. But they had that window 3 years ago, and they had three good years.
Yes, they
and
did.
They never put a lot of money back into it to try to. Now they're not in that position, so I really don't care about putting money in. But if they get close again, then money does matter. It matters a lot.
And the other way, we always talked about the guy at Sipperuck that we love. You can't afford to make a mistake with 4 Scullies.
Yes.
If you have 10, you can make a mistake. If
a lot
you got
of mistakes.
$200 million, the Yanks can make a mistake.
They don't care about me. Yeah. The money on both sides of it
Yes.
means something. Yeah.
Yeah,
if you have a lot of money, you can make 1,000 mistakes.
Yeah.
And so what? I'll go out and get somebody the next
Yes,
day.
yes.
For the Pirates,
No.
they can't.
You're 100% right, Al.
Yep.
It makes a lot of sense. Starts early this year, like March 28th. I think there's a game somewhere in Japan. That nonsense.
Yeah, they do. They
got to
always start
quit
it.
that.
They always start
And then
that.
the other thing, too. Here's the thing. Is baseball broken? The 2 top free agents are not signed yet.
Yeah.
What's going on with Machado? What's going on with Harper?
They're holding out. The owners have figured it out.
No
they don't
10-year
want
contract.
10-year contracts.
I'll give you 5.
Yes.
5 big ones.
And they haven't figured it out yet. Those 2 think they're better than they are.
Okay.
I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if they get. They might go to 6 or 7, but they aren't getting 10.
I heard today that
Is the Padres or not? He's going to Phillies. I think he's going to Phillies.
See, I thought they were waiting for the kid from the Anaheim Angels.
Yeah, that don't mean they won't get him too.
They said their cable deal.
Yes.
It'd make you
Lots
sick
of
if
money,
you
right.
saw it. It'd make you sick. NCAA football spring's around the corner. We go over it for our fans here. What are you looking for? We get the quarterback solidified. We need a backup at every position. Get nobody hurt, and we had a good spring.
Yeah, and now we have to add one more thing to that, George. I was thinking that with that. There's a lot of transfers.
Oh, I mentioned that.
If they get the transfers in,
we had a 5th-year
now
guys
all of a
too.
sudden it becomes a serious
And the 5th-year guys because they're eligible.
15 days, serious 15 days
Okay.
to find out, especially with the quarterback.
Yeah, no,
Okay, is this our guy?
They're all over the move. The guy from Oklahoma, they're moving everywhere.
Yes.
Kids from Ohio State, the guys going
That's
from
important.
Georgia to Ohio State.
Yes,
Yeah,
really
they're moving.
important.
It's not like the old days. Because sitting that year changes that.
Yeah, yes.
Let's talk about golf. I turn it on. Couldn't find Tiger Woods now.
Yeah, they need to find
the
him.
sponsors.
They need to find
The
him.
sponsors don't like that.
When my son-in-law's not watching,
You
that
know
means
Tiger's
not in it. If Tiger's in the race, he's got that television turned on.
Now the tipping thing, boy, that guy made. He gave them money.
Finally did, right?
But, man,
that's because it was so wrong.
Did he? What was he thinking?
1.3 million.
Yeah.
Usually 50,000 would be the least.
5%.
He gave 5,000.
Yeah.
And they were all over.
Oh, they killed him.
Yes.
We got a minute. Daytona 500 is in the books. You know, the Gibbs, he just lost his son to some nerve disease. He finishes in the top 3. He firmly believes someone was looking after him.
Yeah, if you're a man of faith, that's what happens. You just think there's a lot of karma out there, that things happen for reasons. I know this, that I don't know if it did or not, but I'd rather have the faith than not have it.
No question about it. UFC, first one on ESPN. It was pretty good. One last item. Kaepernick settles. Now, here's what I don't like. You want to give him credit for kneeling or whatever. But by not drawing it to a conclusion and not pointing out what the NFL pulled, we don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened, no.
And it makes you wonder what his methods were.
Yeah, we never know. We don't know
Motives.
exactly. We have nothing. We know nothing.
Hey, thanks again for listening to Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.